guys, thanks for watching. I know this is a little different scene today since you only have me here. Francisco is actually currently working. I'm still kind of like on that choppy schedule due to like this whole COVID-19, so I only go in a couple days a week because they have to, meet the requirements of 6 feet, and if I'm there every day, we wouldn't meet the requirements of 6 feet. So right now I'm only working 2 to 3 days, which is nice. So I get to do little things like this and just like really focus on baby coming, so which is super exciting. I have a lot of time for that. So I mean, I'm already super overwhelmed, but it's nice to have that extra time for sure. So I am doing this video today to just kind of inspire some people, maybe just help people along in terms of a pregnancy, story, or pregnancy progress, in other words. And I kind of just wanted to share that story with you because it wasn't so easy for us, unfortunately. I feel like nowadays it's just more common that, you do have those bumps in the roads when you are trying to conceive. So I just kind of wanted to share some tips and just like inspire people by my story that, there's sun at the end of the tunnel, or there's a rainbow at the end of, a thunderstorm. So I just want to, kind of just uplift everyone's spirits in regards to that, because as you guys all know that I am pregnant. But we did try for about, I would say, about 2 years. So going into it, I did not want to I kind of just wanted to happen naturally. In other words, I didn't want to just be like, oh, we're trying, let's do it. I didn't want to have anything scheduled because I feel like it puts more pressure on it and more stress, so therefore it's even harder for you to do that, because they do say, the more that you're stressed, the harder it is to get pregnant. So I just wanted it to come super naturally. So I was on birth control, I can't even remember for how long. I think since I was 17, I've been on birth control. So I got off of it about 2 years ago, and just, in hopes like we would get pregnant. I honestly thought like it wouldn't take long at all. I was like, oh, we're gonna be pregnant within the next couple months. It didn't happen like that. So I got off birth control, and I didn't really tell Francisco because we've always kind of just wanted kids. And I didn't give him a heads up as, hey, like, I'm off birth control, because I know he's like so in his head about things. So like, I didn't want that pressure on him. As soon as I would have told him, he would have been like, well, what's going on? Like, why isn't it working, type of thing. So I just, I just want it to happen naturally. So I got off of it, and it was, it was nice, not having that pressure. But then eventually I kind of caved in. I think the next year, because I just wasn't putting pressure on it. I was just like, if it happens, it happens, you know what I mean? So the next following year, I was kind of pressing it a little bit more, because I always had this plan in my head that by 30, I was done having kids, and I want to have 3 kids. So I wanted to start at like 24, 25. So the following year, it was my 25th birthday. So then I was really like pressing the matter, and I did inform him, hey, like, I'm off birth control. I want to really try to make this work and go full throttle on it. So the first couple months that I had informed him of that, it was like still just letting it happen naturally, because I informed him that as well, that I just wanted to happen super naturally. I don't want to put pressure on it or anything like that, because I just feel like we already live with so much stress in life, period. Like the daily person with, work, family problems, whatever, emergencies that happen that you can't control, which just brings so much stress. So, a couple months passed after that, and like he was getting in his head and just putting so much pressure on me and him in the situation, and we went full throttle in terms of, even like I bought like some ovulation strips, so it'll test when you're most likely ovulating, and we would like, you know, obviously try the day that test was like positive, the day after, like the whole week type of thing. We were trying consistently, and then like 6 months of that was happening, and it's just like every time I got my period, it was very hard. I just felt like completely let down. I was super emotional every time like I got my period, because we weren't pregnant, and I just feel like he was putting pressure on it, and he was expecting it, and I was expecting it, and it was just like a huge letdown. So it was something that I was not looking forward to every month, because I just know that we were doing it like exactly the way that we should have been, and I was just like, why isn't this happening? And then it makes you even question, like, is there something wrong with you? Like, you know what I mean? You don't ever want to think that, you know what I mean? So yeah, I got to that point where every month I was just super emotional as soon as I got my period, because, you know, we weren't blessed that month, in other words, with what we were wanting. But obviously God has a timing for everything, so I just tried to stay with that path. And that happened for about 6 to 7 months. Like I said, we were super worrying. We stopped drinking caffeine, even because the caffeine affects that. We were like on strict diets, because, you know, you read so much research about, you know, your diet could affect it, your caffeine consumption can affect it. So that's some things that we changed and implemented in our lives, that, you know, to try to help this further along, because we were drinking freaking coffee every morning. We were going to Starbucks. So we did both stop that. We were working out more, so that's a really good tip. Also, I think for about, I would say the beginning of last year, January, I started taking prenatal pills as well, because I did read that those vitamins and stuff do help with, you know, conceiving. So we started taking that. I think 3 months later, Francisco, or my husband, got something on Amazon too that helps you conceive. It came in a pack with my prenatals, so it's by the same brand. I think it's like 1 a day or something like that. Let me get it real quick, give me a second. This is what I'm currently taking. He bought it as a dual pack on Amazon. It came with his and mine, so they were for conception specifically. So he even started taking those. And I was just like, yeah, what the hell's going on? We're doing all these things. We're researching what we should do, what we shouldn't do, positions that you should do. Like the whole 9, dude, it was crazy. So it was just, yeah, it was super overwhelming. And I feel like that's the reason why it wasn't happening, because there was just so much stress put into it and so much pressure. So it wasn't just like, you know, like it should have been, unfortunately. And it even got to the point where I made an appointment, you know, with the doctors to check to see if we're even fertile. And as soon as that, I made the appointment, I can't remember when it was, February something, and it was on a Wednesday, I believe. But the week prior is when I found out I was actually pregnant. So it's crazy how timing works. But yeah, so I didn't have my period. I was kind of late, which, I mean, I'm always a couple days, and I would always get ahead of myself and just take a pregnancy test, and then, you know, my period would come the next day or the next 2 days, and I was like, dude, I just wasted a fucking pregnancy test for this shit. So it was just disappointing. So again, like this time I didn't want to take one early, because I didn't want to be disappointed. So I was about 4 days late, and then I'm kind of thinking like, well shit, this isn't normal. I'm usually like kind of exact, like 1 or 2 days. So I took one that I had sitting underneath the bathroom cabinet, and it was sitting there for a while, but it was actually opened even. So I don't think they work if they're open from like the foil wrapping that they're usually in, because it showed up as negative, because I took it right before work on like Monday or Tuesday. I took it right before work, and it was showing up negative. So I was like, wait, maybe this doesn't work, because I'm like 4 days late, and I've been feeling kind of weird too, like just like really stomach issues. Like I had, in other words, like I had the runs, and I was just getting like super lightheaded. So I was like, I was thinking I was reading too much into it, but you never know. Obviously I'm trying to get pregnant, so that's the first thing that you're thinking of, is, oh shit, maybe I'm pregnant. So then on Monday morning, me and my husband, we would carpool together. So I told him, hey, can you stop by CVS? I need to get tampons. It was so fucked up. And I didn't really want to tell him I wanted to tell him tampons, so it was the last thing that he thought of, because I obviously wanted to surprise him if I was. And if I started my period, then, you know, I have the tampons for when I start my period. So it wasn't like a lose-lose situation. So I stopped and got pregnancy tests right before work, and I couldn't even wait to take them. So I went into work a little earlier. I took them, and I was positive. I took them in my work restroom, and it came out positive. So then I took freaking 4 more, and all positive. And then I immediately started crying just in the bathroom to myself, like no one was there yet or anything like that. Like just crying by myself and just sharing that experience by myself. And I still couldn't believe it, so I took obviously more, because I was like, what are the odds? Like, I just don't believe that this is happening. Like, I just thought like that the odds were against us and this wasn't gonna happen for us. But yeah, sure enough, I was all of them came out positive. I think I took like 15 and every single one was positive. And then I had like made this little surprise. I was gonna get like a box and a whole bunch of cool things and surprise him with them, but oh my god, I don't know if you guys watched the video. So if you see the video of me announcing it to him, prior to that he was giving me so much shit, like, because he's over there researching in terms of like, what are we doing wrong, like what can we do, what should we do, like, and then he sent me this article to read and I didn't read it. He even asked me, and I was like, oh shit, I have to read it. But I'm like, what the fuck am I reading it for? Like, I'm pregnant, I don't need to read this shit. Like, it worked, but I obviously couldn't tell him that. Yeah, so then he gave me that article to read, and I didn't. So I think it was like on a Wednesday or Thursday, and mind you, the week prior and the week of, like, that whole exhaustion thing when you're pregnant is real. So I was sleeping at like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock as soon as I got home from work. Like, I was knocking out, and like he obviously was paying attention to that. So he was mentioning that, and he was just like super hardcore on me, drilling me like, you're not doing shit, you don't care, da 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 da, like you're over there fucking watching. I was watching some Netflix show at the time, and he's like, he was commenting on that shit, you're sleeping at 8 o'clock, da 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 da, and it was just like, dick, I'm pregnant, shut the fuck up. Like, stop. I just couldn't hold it in, because he was just he went on for like a whole rant for like 20 minutes, bashing me, dude. So I couldn't keep it in. So then my whole surprise went out the window, and I was like, relax, you know what I mean? And at first he obviously didn't believe it, if you see the video. But yeah, you guys should check out the video if you did not see it. But yeah, so it was something that we tried for a while. I know my husband wanted kids forever. I think even when he met me, he wanted kids already. I'm like, let's get married. Sorry, let's get married first. Because I always have like the old school values in me installed. Like I see that value in marriage first before kids. There's no problem with, you know, obviously having kids before marriage, but for me, I have that picture in my head of how my life should look for me. And of course, so I just wanted to get married first. I wanted us to kind of be settled first. I wanted to be of a certain age, and then we obviously could start having kids. So we kind of did it that way. It took us a little lag, but it's completely fine. It's all about timing for sure. But yeah, as I said, just some couple tips that we did. Obviously, exercising, dieting, you know, caffeine consumption is pretty horrible for you if you're trying to conceive. Sugary contents are bad for you as well, they say. And obviously the contraception pills, I will try to link it below for you guys of where we found it, so you guys can, you know, if you're interested, you can get the dual pack, so you ladies can be taking it and the men can be taking it. Let me know what you guys, if you guys have any questions or concerns in regards to anything, of what else we helped with in terms of positions, or whatnot. So yeah, just shoot in the comments down below. Make sure, you know, just interact with me. I love, you know, interacting with you guys and just, you know, getting to know each and every one of you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys follow and subscribe and like our YouTube channel and our Instagrams. I will link them as well. I am So Sakina on Instagram. Francisco is Angela Zane 1, so, or Angela Zane, something like that. But I will link them. I will make sure that I link them. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm gonna give you a little bump update. Ooh, that's my baby. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Sorry if this was like super drawn out. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of just touch base on everything. Thank you. Bye guys, have a good day.